Garage. We're coming at you here
Where'd
at the
that tape
Progressive
go?
International Motorcycle Show. We've got Chris Richardson here.
How you doing? What are we doing today?
Today we're baking a cake. We're going to make a pineapple upside down cake. It's Chris's grandmother's recipe. No.
There we go.
Listen, Grease and Gears Garage. To go over it again, we got Facebook Live. We got several thousand people watching us there every segment. And you folks here live in Long Beach here at the Convention Center. Grease and Gears Garage is an opportunity for us to hang out just like we do in our shops. When somebody stops by and says, hey, man, what are you doing? And Chris will be like, I was getting ready to narrow up a tank. So I'd look at Chris and I'd be like, oh, well, yeah, I narrow up tanks too. How do you do it? Because there's always something you can learn, particularly from a guy like Chris Richardson, LA Speed Shop, world famous, exotic dancer, and bike builder. And but anyway, so, you know, I'm not your dancing bear up here, all right? I'm not a frickin'.
That's not true.
Not a freaking clown. I'm close. Well, but I do for dollars, though. Whoop.
There you go. Come on, get it.
But, no, listen, so you guys are hanging out in our garage today. Grease and Gears Garage, you're here with us. You're our buddies. And so if you have a question or about anything, I mean, if it's like about a rash or something, ask it anyway, because that's going to be funny, just to expose you that way. Hey, and I'm really glad that penicillin's cleaning yours up. That's awesome. Good for you.
By the way, penicillin cures everything.
Penicillin cures everything. So just eat moldy cheese.
Exactly.
But anyway, what we've got going on today is we've got Chris Richardson from LA Speed Shop. He builds He builds the likes of these, and we did a great interview with him earlier today and learned a lot of stuff about him. You can go back and look at that also on Facebook. You can go back to Facebook at Cycle Source Magazine, or you can go to motorcycleshows.com and look for it there. JMP Cycles is also carrying it. So he's the manses, yeah. You got a stalker, a fan. But so Chris, we are going to narrow a gas tank.
Okay.
Walk me through it. Tell me every little thing you do, because I'm a moron.
I thought you were showing me, because I don't know how.
Well, then we're going to, I mean, I'll show you, but I'm going to be really embarrassed, because I'm pretty sure you do it better and quicker.
Well, first off, normally you start off with a solid Sportster tank or whatever tank you want. Then you dissect it. You dissect the tunnel out of it. This was sent to me by Paco. They make all these parts in their catalog, filler necks, bungs, tongues, mounting brackets. So this is going to be 10 times easier than dissecting a whole tank and having to cut it all up and separate everything.
Now, let me ask you a question right off the bat. This tank, you might not know the answer, because I don't know. Typically, if you're going to go to a swap meet and you're going to get a used peanut tank off an old Sportster, they're pretty pricey, because they're valuable now.
Yeah, everybody.
So they're like $75, something like that at a swap meet. Do you think?
Some could be more if they're painted.
More,
cool,
yeah, if they're painted cool.
The 60s or something.
So I mean, you can pay between $75 and $150 for a peanut tank right now, if you're looking for one to narrow it. I'm curious. I wonder how much Paco sells that for.
You know what? I should have asked that, huh?
Well, I don't know, because, you know, yeah, you got to look at that. I think that's
that.
Probably maybe even a less expensive way to do it.
Pretty much is, and it saves you a lot of time.
So there you go.
I mean, like I said, to cut all this out, cut the tunnel out, and then cut all this, I mean, and then to grind all the paint off, it's just so much quicker just to get this and then bang this out.
So there you go.
A lot faster.
All right.
So, and then plus, they also carry different tunnels. So this makes it a little easier, just getting the tunnels, pre-made tunnels, instead of getting a piece of pipe, wrapping it with 16 gauge, and then making your own tunnels. So I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put a semi-deep tunnel or kind of Frisco the tank. So what I'm going to start off with is I like paper tapes doing this, because you can go around edges, and you're going to basically want to find center of what the tank is. So we're at say 22. 22, yeah. So we're going to mark it at 11.
You took it to 11.
That's our center.
Scared to.
And we're going to do a measurement of looks good from my house. Then we're going to basically eyeball it because I have crooked eyes. Down the center. Then we're going to measure out, what do we want to take out? Let's take out, let's do 2 inches out.
So now this is basically a 3-gallon tank right now.
Right. And we're going to knock it down to where you can only go 5 miles.
There you go. We were discussing this earlier. I rode with Chris a little bit on the hot bike tour. Everybody rode a little bit with him a few years ago. He has a penchant for building bikes that'll hold a gallon of gas.
Yeah.
And we found a Gatorade bottle on the side of the road, and I had a Road King that I've got a great big stovepipe stack on, so I can actually almost get 6 gallons in it. So I was sucking gas out of mine, putting it in it. Actually, I was just undoing my fuel line, filling up the Gatorade bottle. That Gatorade bottle would almost fill up his whole tank.
Yeah.
That was a fun trip.
That was a blast.
That was a blast.
I can't wait to do it again, but I think I would do something a little more comfortable.
Yeah, you were riding on a piece of steel.
Yeah.
Shoved up your butt. It was like
just,
you rode a thong, a steel thong for 1,100 miles.
Pretty much.
It was brutal.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, man. So this is just a time-consuming part of doing all your measurements, because you don't do your measurements, then you come out pretty wonky. So
Chris, how many tanks do you suppose you've narrowed in your lifetime?
oh god, I don't know.
Oh, thousands, huh?
Yeah, different shapes.
Yeah.
Just a lot. Yeah, I've done a lot. So now we'll come down. We'll just trace this with my shaky hands and just get close enough so I could bang this out in time.
Got plenty of time. You're Chris Richardson, man.
Oh, man.
You are a rock star. This is your hometown.
But I also could tell you how many gas tanks I haven't used that sit in the rafters. So
those are the ones that you just cut back in half and put a
Yeah.
panel on the back and you call it wall art.
so many oil tanks, making so many oil tanks. It's just,
It does always make me feel better to go to other people's shops, though,
Right.
and look at their walls of shame.
oh, yeah, dude. There's a lot of them, man. There's a lot of them. So
This is, while he's doing that, tell me about this bike a little bit here that we're looking at on the screen. You can see it right in front of you, too.
Oh, yeah, that is, God, I did that one a long time ago. It was a 1953 Panhead. I built that for a customer in New Mexico.
All right.
Yeah, now it is over in Germany, actually.
Uh-oh.
So,
Very cool.
yeah, he ended
This
up
is one of
selling
his
it.
favorite bikes. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a 47 knuckle. I believe it was I think that was a replica knuckle that V-Twin makes. And then that was a 1927 JDH frame that I used that normally doesn't fit a motor that big in it. So
A little massaging, huh?
yeah, I handmade the gas tanks. I made that whole Springer front end from scratch. I machined my own hub. It had a 26-inch rim on the front. It was a clencher rim. Yeah, that was a fun little bike to do.
It's I love the lines coming out of the tank. That was one of my.
Yeah, that was the oil lines that made
Yeah.
the back part of the oil, the gas tank oil.
Yeah.
And then just feed it down. Yeah, that was a fun.
That was super
build.
clean, man. That was one of I don't know if you guys can see it up there out of the back of the tank, but that was one of my favorite bikes that you've done. That was very classy.
Pretty sweet. So now, let's move this, and I'm going to cut on the edge. You guys should wear safety glasses, but I'm good. Yeah, you want to come up here? You got glasses?
Oh, that's brutal. Somebody on Facebook said, show host needs Slim Fast. That's David Israel. That's real nice. Real nice.
What's that? I'm going to go ahead and do this one right here, too.
He's making sparks, Renee. Sparks are cool. When you do your helmet stuff, you need to have sparks.
Yeah, do you have some glasses? Now it's starting to hit me in the eyes with this way. There we go.
He's looking for glasses.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you. Yeah.
You didn't get glasses. Renee's upset because he didn't get glasses when he was doing this. He's not going to get to keep them, for God's sake. It's not a gift. It's a loan. They're made out of what may or may not be genuine United States plastic.
Dude, I had such a big piece of metal right in the center of my eye one time. I drove myself I had trouble driving to the eye doctor. Then my wife had to come pick me up. And then they had to grind it out because it was starting to rust because I didn't go the day before.
Oh, man.
So.
And your wife was real happy with you because she told you to wear safety glasses.
Right? Always yelling at me.
These poor people can't see anything they're doing because of that red screen.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, no safety. They're sitting with an officer of the law, Roy, right there. Roy Martin.
That's called the eyeball right there.
He's protecting them down there.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. This side's going to come first.
Got Randy Marion from Wisconsin tuned in with us. RJ Powell. We got a lot of folks joining us there on the face-to-face.
Okay, it's going to go. Okay.
Here in mid-December, Chris has got a new venture that he's going to be working on. House of Machines is going to open. Huge complex with LA Speed Shop in it, and a bar and a coffee shop. And he's going to be doing his brand of exotic dancing there.
There we go.
All right, you made scraps.
Right? So I took the 2 inches out. We'll throw this down here. And then do this. Now we'll just fit it up and see where we need to grind to actually make it a bit tighter. As you can see, there's a big gap right there. We want to try to get rid of that. So we want it more.
More Kelly Ripa, less Michael Strahan.
Yeah,
is what we're
exactly.
looking for.
We want it more like this, tighter. So as you can see, it's overlapping back here. So I'm going to take out on the back half. And I'm going to take out in the front up here. So let's do a little marking.
Oh, yeah, this is Chris Callan, the owner, editor, founder, chief bottle washer at Cycle Source Magazine. He's doing a tech article in a magazine about narrowing a tank. And so that's why he's taking pictures. That's why he's hovering. This isn't as creepy as Roy Kawahara. When Renee was up here, Roy was just standing there staring at us. That was creepy. This is just annoying.
I'll come over here. And is this a fresh disc on here? How's this? I'll just use this long one.
Is that Mark's job? Now everybody thinks it's Mark's job, so. It's like the Wizard of Oz. Don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. He's sanding right now. He's grinding, sanding, making smooth, removing material, make it fit.
Give this one a little
What you do is scissors. He does with that.
You gotta just constantly check the fitting, and then sand until you get it to that point. So I want to take some off of here.
If you just MIG weld that, you can fill up that gap.
Yeah, right?
Stick weld it. You put some tape on it and JB weld it. It'll hold it together, man. Yeah.
You just got to keep on massaging this till you get it to the point that you want. You work on one end and then the other.
Right on. That's getting close, man.
Getting close.
Good.
So now you want to check the front, see how the front is lining up. So I want to give it a little love right here on the nose. Right in that area. And I'll do a little more on the front.
And you're just going to do one side. You don't go back and forth.
Yeah, I'm going back and forth. I'll do
going
this
back and
one,
forth.
then I'll do that one. Let me hit this one a little.
Yeah, Ron Sister asked, where are we? Joe Smith. We're not in Las Vegas. Mike Harden, you're correct. We're in Long Beach. This is Greasing Gears Garage at the Progressive International Motorcycle Show in Long Beach, California. Chris Richardson, LA Speed Shop.
Hey, did
Man,
you happen to see that wheelchair I made for Marilyn Manson?
Yeah.
Oh,
I actually commented on there. I said, man, he can perform till he's old man
Right.
now, man. He customized a wheelchair for Marilyn Manson because he's had an accident, and it actually stands him up on stage. But he made it look like this wicked-ass wheelie throne, man.
Yeah, it was like a throne he wanted.
So he stands up in it and wheels around in it at concerts and can sing and do his whole bit, man.
Yeah, he's a kind of a trip.
That was righteous, man. He did a good job of that.
So, let's see. I think I want a little bit more on this side here. Let me hit this a little bit more. Another
I
belt.
want to make sure that you guys know, whether you're doing
Thanks,
Facebook
Chris.
or you're here, we're Facebook Live in all of these for the next 7 shows, Progressive International Motorcycle Shows. You can go to Cycle Source Magazine, motorcycleshows.com, JMP Cycles. Any of those will be carrying this, and you can go and look and find it. So if you miss part of it, if you join us late, if you say, oh, I didn't realize they were doing that, and you wanted to see something else, who wouldn't want to see Renee line the inside of a vintage helmet? I mean, it was like butter. I mean, it was so smooth. And so you want to make sure that you check that out. Plus, the Grease and Gears Garage Gang, we're going to build from this show all the way through the last. We're building a custom motorcycle from scratch. So the last show we'll actually do a burnout on the stage with that motorcycle, which is going to make the folks from Progressive really happy with their stage.
All right.
It's going to be cool. It's all for art.
I think we're
They're
getting
big
it
support in the
close.
arts. Who's
So-
art?
Eyeball engineering here.
Don't let that stick in your thumb again.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're close enough right now because I'm going to dolly this down with a hammer and a dolly, and it will close up the rest of this little gap. It's kind of hard to hold up, show you. So now I'm going to roll this welder over here. Normally I take my time doing this and have like maybe a pack of cigarettes at the same time. But I'm doing this quick. Yeah, I'm going to.
But we're not allowed to smoke in the building, but we're
Yeah,
going
it's
to weld in the building. California, here I come. They might not know we're welding in the building. I'm not sure. Well, so far we're getting away with it. Looks good. Renee, remember, sparks.
Yeah, we got gas.
Figure out how to work a welder into your shtick, you're golden. Did you hear what that guy said about me earlier? He said the host needed Slim Fast. What? That's not even
nice.
cool. That's not nice. I'm fat. I can't help it.
Oh, that's cool. It's
Children love me. Women want me. Men envy me. I don't care how big I am. Where is that guy? I got to find out where he's from.
No.
Does that guy know me? Somebody liked
Lost
his
my
comment,
other
too.
glasses. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I liked his comment.
Lost
What an
my
idiot.
glasses. Can't
It wasn't
see
Bill
those
Dodge.
glasses anymore, man.
Bill Dodge doesn't have time for this. What do you tell you? He's rich. He's out on his yacht. All right.
Yeah, nobody look from
Nobody
the side
look.
here.
Close your eyes. This is the mystery portion of the show.
It is not fun.
Hey, Mark, get around to the wallets while they got their eyes closed. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so you can look at the screens. Don't close your eyes. Open your eyes again. Ma'am, wake up. She was just sleeping. She wasn't. She was just asleep right there.
The other side. Is it pretty thin? Oof. Okay, cool. Let me grab. These are
So has anybody out here in our audience that's sitting here, have any of you narrowed a gas tank before? Roy, raise your damn hand then. Fuck, I asked her.
no, it's good.
Now you
Thanks.
made me say 2 bad words in a row. Roy's Toys and out of Denver, Colorado. I know he builds custom motorcycles, man. I know he's been doing this. That guy over there I just pointed out, Roy, his daughter Nikki, they're both they work out of Roy's Toys Customs. Nikki had a bike in Michael Lichter's exhibit at the Buffalo Chip in Sturgis, her maiden voyage with a bike that she built herself. Out there, was invited to Old Iron Young Blood's exhibit out there. Good on you, Nikki. Roy's done a great job mentoring her, and she obviously looks like her mother, thank God. Again, another daughter that escaped the violence of a father's face. But Roy's an interesting character. You know, he's been doing bikes for forever, but what he does for a living is he rides around Denver on a motorcycle and shoots criminals. So he's a police officer. So he indiscriminately shoots people in hopes they've done something wrong. No, I didn't say that. But he is a law enforcement officer. So more than your contribution to motorcycle, we thank you for your service, protecting and serving. We really appreciate that. That's good stuff.
No, that's good, buddy. Thank you. Now I'm just trying to tack this.
Chris Richardson and I found out just a little earlier we share something in common other than our tremendously good looks and funny facial hair. And we both recently have found out we have to weld with glasses on.
Yeah.
Kind of embarrassing. I'm not only fat, I'm blind. I'm quite a catch at this point in my life.
Do you have any those vice grip clamps? Just regular vice grips. Or
you do end up, if you're ever welding, you got to watch that, because the way I found out is I actually signed up for a buddy's welding class at a community college in Des Moines just to be supportive of him, and go, you can always brush up on something. I took a TIG welding class with him, and I hadn't welded in a couple of months, and he was like, man, you're terrible at this. He said, you needed this class. I said, dude, I can't see anything. And he gave me a cheater lens for my welding helmet. It's this little piece of glass, rectangular glass, dropped into my helmet. It was like, bang, that was it. This is when I found out I'm going blind. So it was just, I went to the optometrist, was afraid I had something degenerative, and she said, it is, but it's just a result of age. It was a little painful to hear this year. I'm sure it's the first of many. Are we done welding?
No, man. You know who does some killer metal fabrication?
Who's that?
It's Christian Sosa.
Oh, yeah.
He's a buddy of mine. He was just here.
Yeah.
And he just kills it, man.
Doesn't he? Sosa Metalworks.
Yeah.
Christian Sosa. Hey, Christian, you still in the house?
Where you at?
Where you at? We thought we were going to get him up here later today, but he wouldn't call anybody back. He wouldn't even call Jeff Holt from Hot Bike back. He's so important.
Hey, Christian Sosa.
Christian Sosa in the house. If you're here, man, don't be a stranger. Where he is.
Where's he at?
He's out doing some secret stuff. Yeah, he kills it with everything. He does, man.
Excellent.
You can learn a lot of stuff, but some of it is just art that you're born with. That's just it. I mean, I can shape half of a lot of things. It's making the other half that bothers me. Symmetry is not my forte. That's why I like doing cars, because you have to go walk all the way around it to see if I screwed up. Then you got to walk back. It's really hard. Don't look at it, Chris. Don't look. I know you want to. You want to look. It's because I told you not to.
Good.
I'm not in front of it. I'm trying to, yeah. How's it looking? It's looking all right. This guy right here. He's watching close. Is it looking all right? Okay.
Let me grind some of this down here. So now, what we're going to do, let me add one more tack, a good one, and then I'm going to show you guys how I dolly down the gap.
I'm not looking, Mark. You can't. I know you're trying to make me look. You want me to be all the way blind like you. It's not going to happen. I don't want to be a pirate, Mark. Mark back here, it's appropriate we're in close to Los Angeles. He played Gimli in Lord of the Rings. And he looks like that, doesn't he? I like saying that because it makes him mad. He just sits there. So eventually he's just going to bum rush me and knock me off stage. Yeah, that's my other thing. I'm blind, I'm fat, and I use a sleep apnea machine.
I do too.
Yeah, right, Chris, that's it.
CPAP brothers. We hooked
all
up
right.
to the same machine.
Heck yeah. And he's like, I'm going to pinch your tube off while you're sleeping.
Okay. Let's see. That should be good for right now. Let me hit one more so it doesn't.
You ladies are starting to get all hot and bothered by all this information I'm giving about myself, I know. Can't believe that guy. I don't even know if I know that guy. He said I needed Slim Fast. That's not even nice, man. Huh? I do Slim Fast. I drink a case like for every meal of the day. I am lying. I had a cheeseburger. My pants still fit. But these are those Dickies that have the elastic in them. It's kind of like Dickies sweatpants. I like it.
Okay. We're good now. So we can move that screen.
All right.
And then now, I can't take you anywhere.
I know. How'd I do, Mark?
Now I got it tacked together in the main places so it's not going to pop apart. You'll be able to fill this little thing, but I want to get rid of this gap here. So how am I going to get rid of that gap? I'm going to put the dolly underneath. And then we're going to give it a little bit of love down. Doesn't have to be hard.
Who can name this tune?
Master of Puppets.
I meant the one you're playing.
Oh.
Master of Puppets. You can't win. Even if that was the game, you can't win your own game. That's a competitive guy right there. Yeah. When you get a chance, I want you to talk a little bit about House of Machines, though.
Okay.
Whenever you're comfortable.
See, I'm slowly taking it down, slowly kind of disappearing. It's mainly on this side that I got to take down. This side is a little lower. So I want to try to get that as flush as possible by just dollying it out little by little without doing big hits, because then once you stretch the metal down, you could shrink it, but it's more of a pain in the ass to do that.
That's probably one of the hardest lessons to learn when you're starting to work metal and stuff. Is you get this sense of I'm just gonna if I'm gonna hit it hard, but it really metal taps really work. It's good. I mean, you don't have to abuse metal to get it to move very quickly. What's that? Yeah. I think if he keeps doing this, he could maybe even make a living out of this. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
Nothing that a half pound of mud can't fix, man.
This is where patience comes in, but I have ADD, so I'm running out of patience.
I got some Adderall in the back if you need it.
Oh, man, that's what I need.
Get you all focused up.
There we go.
You'll take 2.
So once I go to move it, it squeezes in tighter, if you notice. So then, I wish I had, do you have any of the clamps for the table, by any chance? Oh, the round one? Oh, it's fine then. I'll just force it by hand. Okay, I'm going to have to pull this again.
Oh, here, I'll get that.
Oops.
Because you're going to break it. God.
I know.
I put this together, but I didn't put the screws in it.
It's been a while for you. You can't get it in there.
I know. I felt like prom night all over again. It was horrible. All right, here we go.
Now I'm going to
all right.
Down. Okay.
We're going to get it on this camera so you can see it on the screen.
Yeah. Can I? Do you have some gloves or something? Because right here. Here's some. I'm going to get you to push down. Right. See, I want to do.
Remember,
that.
Mark, look directly into the light.
I want to be able to, if you grab it and pinch it, and I'll fucking.
He's driving me around
that.
Long Beach. This huge Sprinter van. Cycles our Sprinter van. Last night night before last, we have to cross 7th Street. It's 4 lanes of traffic going crazy.
Try to get.
They don't really know where we're going, and then he chooses that moment to remind me he's blind in one eye. I'm like,
let's see, down, yeah, with your palm.
He made it though. Turns out cars here have brakes.
Let's see. Yeah,
that was good for us.
Yeah. Do you see how it's leveling out right there? Do you have any big C clamps? Yep. Like the locking ones? This way I don't. Yeah, let's try this here.
We have a lot of different craftsmen that come up on the stage and they've been with us at rallies at Grease and Gears Garage all over the country so far, and we will this year with the Progressive International Motorcycle Shows. One of the things that people don't ever take real seriously is they're coming into a completely new environment. They're not with their tools. You can have the exact same tool on this stage that you've got at your shop, but it doesn't feel the same as your tool. You've got it set up. It's got a feel to it. So what really impresses me with all these craftsmen that we get up here is that they're able to accommodate and really, MacGyver their situation. You've got all your little tricks and tools and places that you hold things. And
let's see. Let me try to tighten it.
Looks like a little meeting of the UN right here.
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
He's fine. Mike, he's talking to you. That's okay. It's okay. Wake up, Mike. Come on.
Let me tighten this a little bit more.
Pay attention, Mike. It's like school.
I think that will bite right there. I'll be good right there, I think. Let's go ahead and slide it this way. And let's do this.
Am I in front of that camera?
Oh, I don't have my glasses on.
Oh.
The bad part. I know. I get all dizzy.
I think I'm going to have to go to wearing them all the time, too. I lose them. I break them. I don't think they make bifocal contacts, do they?
Yeah.
They do? Oh, wow. Man, that'd freak me out. I don't think I'd get used to that.
Yeah, let me try to tap that down. There we go. There we go.
What's up, buddy? I haven't seen you in a couple of years now. What's that? I know. I've been really lucky, man. I know. I got off this this merry-go-round and then got back on it. It took me a year. I'm back.
Yeah, I don't like this one. Down here. Yeah, it's this down here I don't like it's not lining up right there. So then, yeah, this will be good right there. That'll do it.
Alex,
Kinda overlapping, but it's all right.
Alex. I thought they were looking for a child. Look, this is. Oh, they are. I thought it was you, sir. I'm sorry. I was like, that is sad. We're calling for a grown man.
And then I'll smooth out some of these with the hammer. Oh,
That's the only problem
there
with that
we go.
short one is that you can't stick it in that
Chris
table.
pointed that out to me. I forgot.
Oh, you got a magnet thing for it. I didn't know you had the magnet thing.
Let me hammer that.
Yeah, you do.
Thank you.
Corvettes. Chris says if you have a short thing, you pick up extra accessories. He's using a very short TIG torch there, and it's short. You got to get a Corvette.
This machine's nice, though, man. Works good.
Lincoln Electric. Good sponsor of Grease and Gears Garage. Flat Broke Customs. Rods and Chops. Or what do you call that shop? Flat Broke. Chops and Rods. How's that so hard? If I had a T-shirt, it would make it easier for me to remember. I know. Mark needs one too, by the way. Since yeah. You had one airbrushed at the state fair, and that's the one you got? Oh, really? Oh, he's a welder there, man. You see that guy? That looks so easy. That is not.
Especially when you got glasses.
Makes a difference. God. He stacks dimes for dollars, ladies and gentlemen, stacking dimes for dollars. Any kids out there, Facebook Live or here in the audience, if I don't care what you do, you can go to medical school, law school, whatever you do, learn how to weld. You'll always have a job. So learn how to weld. If you can weld, you can work. If you can weld, you can eat. The world doesn't have enough welders. They might take our fossil fuels, but they won't take our steel. What's that? Yeah, I know. I put those up there for you. Lady Luck. Chris, I did not realize that you used your wife in your promotional materials.
Where? Oh! Where
What?
did you get those bolt-ons, honey? I don't remember those things. I know.
Yeah, I'm just going to now point it. I'm just going to let it all go. As I.
All right. Okay, so
Kevin Dunworth says hello, and
what's up, Kevin?
I thought his wife Erin had said that Patty is pretty, but he couldn't get on his Facebook, so he hacked hers, and so he just told me I was pretty, so it doesn't really count now.
All right, so now you guys can see you do a bunch of tacks just so it doesn't move around on you. Even though you have a little gap here, you'll be able to fill that. It's not a big deal. A lot of it in the end, after you do all your grinding, everything, you'll do a finish hammer job on it and to smooth it all out in case there's any kind of warpage or anything like that to try to fix it. So then, I'd like to finish weld this, but I don't know what am I going to go with? I think I'm going to do.
You're going to Frisco mount that baby, huh?
Let's see if we should Frisco it. No.
Part.
Yeah, I thought they sent the. Do like 1-inch sections just so I don't warp this tank out because you can warp the steel out and then you kind of end up with a bigger mess. Man, I am shaky.
Ben Cooden, what's up, brother, man? Oh, he's trying to sit in your lap, Renee. Man, these shows are getting chummier and chummier, huh? Man.
Oh, man. Do I hear
What's
Ben?
that?
Oh, my God. I heard that voice from way over there.
Scared you, didn't it?
Will you come hold something for me, Ben?
Yeah, but I need a price strip.
A pair of gloves wouldn't hurt either. Grease and Gears Garage always wants to give a shout out to our partners. Let us do this. We want to thank Advanced Star, the Progressive International Motorcycle Show, for allowing us to be here and do this. This is exciting for us to be able to be a part of this community. And we want to thank J&P Cycles always. They're a huge support of ours. They have been involved in the custom motorcycle world for a number of years with their parts. That's kind of what their whole business model is about. They do the J&P Cycles Ultimate Builder Custom Bike Show here, and just really appreciate the fact that everybody allows us to do what we do. We're just a bunch of dirty mechanics that show up and just love motorcycles and custom stuff. So it's pretty exciting when folks let you in their house
like
to play. So it's
a
nice.
microfiber towel or something. Man, I'm picking up bad shadows or something. Can I just use this? No, let's see. This should be good. Let's see.
Chris is
Picking up.
what? This is getting to be a real show down here in the middle of the. What are we doing here? I think I missed half of that show, and I'm really sorry I did.
Oh, that's cool, man. I got it now. Thank you so much. Oh, that's better.
Hey, Chris Cowan, who do we have up a lace and wheel a little bit later? Matt. Old Nipple Twister Wheelsmith. Push the bottom.
See, I want to show you guys.
You turn on this, Mike. Is that
You
5?
don't have any
yeah, he's got you
pinholes.
down there.
Oh, okay.
You want to make sure that you go through and get full penetration through so you don't full pin. You're old. That's why you can't see.
Ben Kuden has started a janitorial service. He's cleaning toilets now for a living. Isn't that what you said last night? Something like that. I mean, something like that.
He said he was the president of the company.
President of the company cleaning toilets. Yeah.
He happened to be cleaning toilets that day.
He was doing something in a bathroom yesterday, and he felt very important about it. So.
So, yeah, coming up later, we got Matt from Old Nipple Twister going to come up here and custom lace a spoke wheel for us, which is so badass. It's such an art. If you've never watched somebody actually sit down with a hub and a hoop and actually go at it, man, and put together a lace pattern, it's really neat to watch. It'll be super addictive for you. As soon as I saw a guy do it, I went out and got a truing stand. And
it's meditative to watch, and the first time you do it, it's not as meditative.
So after I bent my first 3 rims and threw it across the room.
It's an expensive hobby.
Right.
I'll just tell you that.
No, but this cat's awesome at what he does. He's going to come up here and slick it up in front of everybody. So, and this thing is sick.
I am so shaky today, man.
I don't know how it's going to hold fuel with no bottom.
I know.
And Paco sent him the wrong bottom. Look how big the bottom is. That doesn't fit.
It's square.
It's square. It's a rectangle, actually. Hey, man. Specifics. Remember what Keith Ball told you.
You just trying to show everybody that you got more schooling than me. I get it.
Well, I didn't skip lunch, I can tell you that. What? Right on. Just had a good point raised, and I don't know if you can talk while you're welding, Chris. If not, I'll do it. Not everybody out here is a chopper guy at the show, so a Frisco tank doesn't mean anything to everybody. So we were talking about what tunnel you wanted to put on it. So do you want to explain what a Frisco tank is?
Yeah, Frisco tank. Well, actually, let me start with the motorcycle frame. The bar or the tube that is called the backbone that the gas tank normally sits on is called a backbone. And they either have recessed tunnels, which the gas tank actually kind of encapsulates the backbone of the frame. And then the Frisco type sits basically on top of the backbone. So you get more of an open space above the motor. I believe the reason why it's called Friscoed is because it was basically kind of originated in San Francisco by a lot of club bikes or Arlen Ness used to do it back in the 60s. A lot of the old-time guys, Dave Perowitz, which is a real good friend of mine, super, super sweet guy. And that's where that basically derived from.
So this tank's going to sit high up on the bike.
Yeah.
And on a small tank, it's actually going to make it hold even less fuel.
Well, it can be Frisco, you get more.
More
gas. So,
but
okay, so I've got this almost all tacked up and stitch welded. I should do more, but I'll do less and move on to the next just so I don't run out of time. So now, basically what I'm going to do is I have to notch out the front of the gas tank and the rear of the gas tank to sit on this tunnel. So I want to get a center.
You're doing a really good job, Chris.
I'm trying to go fast, so.
No, you're doing a great job.
I want to try to finish this for everybody.
I can't do anything when people are watching me.
So
Nothing.
with the tunnel, again, you want to find center because you're going to want to center it on the tank itself. So we're at so there we go.
Look at that.
Yeah, that was a magazine I did. I think it was in France. Yeah, I think it was a French magazine that I did.
That's just what you want. Your picture thrown up there, and the only word you really see is kooky.
I know, right?
It's nice.
Okay. Now, this is going to be the fun part here. Having to notch it.
You need me to jump in and do anything, Chris?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna weld.
Renee will jump up here and put some padding in it.
Because you guys don't have I could use this. See if I could use that. No. It's just I'm trying to stop from having to weld let me just go ahead and weld another piece of metal onto here. Let me cut some of this off. Let me cut it up on this side.
He's making with the bandsaw. It's very exciting. We've got some celebrities here in the house. Want to point out also we got the Kirsch Helmet crew in the house right down there. Got a revolutionary new helmet that they've just launched. It's the pretty lady and those guys. But if you haven't seen a Kirsch helmet, you're going to want to check that out. It's
yeah, I got it. I
unique.
was wanting to make it a little faster and try to notch it out instead of welding another plate on there and then hole sawing it. It's kind of more of a pain in the ass. It's easier with. Do you have a plasma? Do you have plasma cutter? No? Okay.
No, but we are looking for Lincoln Electric to extend our contract.
Okay.
See if we need that plasma.
That's right. I
Let's
said in
see.
Sturgis we needed a plasma cutter.
This is going to be tough.
And Aaron Green was like, well, but that changes the metallurgy of the metal. And I was like, yeah, but we still need one because they're cool. They make things quick.
Do something to round this if we had a piece of pipe.
Like
Let me
plasma.
Try to use this. Let me try to use this.
Have you seen any of the stuff they're doing with the welding with the hydrogen?
Tighter. I'm gonna.
So where they're just using
Yeah,
regular tap water to make the plasma
it's
and you
too
weld
thick.
with it? Oh, man. There's a Swiss company that's got a welder out there. You use just regular tap water. It makes a shroud and you create a
tack this
plasma
on so I
stream
can
with it.
bite.
You're able to weld and cut and do all
Something
kinds of stuff with it. It's like $1,800. It's
Here, let me grab this.
You got what? I don't even want to know, Ben. Don't even repeat yourself.
That's still a little bit big. Do we have a vise?
Let me see what people on Facebook are saying.
Oh, okay.
Pulls up
I'll
to
do it
two
by
of you
hand.
girls with a beer, smiling and hugging. That's what my Facebook just did.
You got it.
Okay.
I can't figure out Facebook on my phone. All right, Chris, what are we doing now? What do you?
I don't have. Usually, it's easier to use a plasma cutter and to cut out for the tunnel, but I'm going to use a hole saw.
All right.
So with the hole saw, you have a center drill. So as you can see, the tunnel is not. It's not going to bite a hole where I could drill into the gas tank.
So you're gonna have to weld a plate.
So I have to weld a plate on there that I could run the drill into to get my cut on the
Right on.
the circle.
Basically, you're using half a hole saw, but you
Yeah.
you need a place to put the
Yeah, I need a
pilot
place
drill.
to
All
put
right.
that.
So
I don't know what I did with my hammer.
is everybody up to speed? Anybody learning anything here?
No, not at all.
That guy is right there. I can tell. He's like, oh, God, now you just realize I'm talking to that guy. I know that guy. I know this guy's not. Oh, Ben.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what Ben learned is I'm fat. That's cool.
just do it the old way. Most people aren't going to have.
It's just
a
this
flat-
body that makes me look fat, though. I didn't order it. It's the one I got. But I've been fat my whole life. When I was little, my brother called me. My name's Patrick. My brother called me Fatrick. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's not that funny. Yeah, it's painful. Fatrick. I'm funny, but because I cry on the inside. It's not why I drink a lot. I just enjoy drinking. Chris is over there now. Giving a blow by blow. Now he's back to the table. It's like Chris Collinsworth doing commentary on football, though. I hate that guy. I know Mark likes him. He says, well, John Madden says the most obvious thing. Chris has his back to the crowd now. No, duh.
Okay, this is going to
I
have
am
to do.
super curious to see how this is going to work. I mean, I know it's going to work for him, but I mean, I wouldn't be able to get the drill in there. I would never be able to center that in there, and it would.
Can we pull this screen right here?
Yes,
again?
sir. Yes, sir. I'm on it. Whoop. Union job. Sorry, nearly stepped over the line. Yeah, UGWA, the United Gimli Union. United Gimli Workers. For those of you just joining us on Facebook Live or just kind of wandering up, we've got Chris Richardson from LA Speed Shop. He has taken a 3-gallon tank and has made it into a half-gallon tank. He's narrowing a tank for us, which is a big deal in the custom motorcycle world. And he is getting ready to put a tunnel in it that's going to allow him to Frisco mount that tank, which means that it's going to sit high on the backbone. It's going to rest on the backbone and not drop beneath it, and to give it kind of that Northern California kind of flavor from back in the day. I guess that was kind of a 60s. That kind of came about in late 60s up there, but. And then Arlen Ness, of course, picked that up and used it. And Dave Perowitz, Dave, if you're watching, I love you, but you stole it from Arlen.
That's Ben.
Bottom line.
Ben's old enough to know who Friscoed. Who Friscoed first?
Who founded San Francisco, Ben? I know you were there.
When was the first Frisco tank you seen?
When do you think? When do you think we saw that first?
Here, wait, I'll go down in the crowd and we'll ask them.
A lot of club.
We have the benefit of having a historian here with us today. We're gonna get the history on Frisco tanks.
Oh man, if you're gonna let him talk on a microphone,
yeah.
I right now I'm signing a waiver. I have nothing to do with this.
Are you lonesome tonight?
And that's how he does it, right there, ladies and gentlemen. So what do you know about Frisco tanks?
Nothing, not much. Just I saw him up in the '60s on a club bike. Won't mention the club up in Frisco area. So they probably
Was there a
probably came from
reason
there.
that clubs did that? Was it for extra fuel? What was the?
I think it was just looks. You know,
just
I
a
think
look,
they-
kind of rebellious, kind of.
Yeah, everybody's got a different look. That was one of them.
Kinda like
they
you,
also
huh?
did a lot of fat bobbing, but. Well, my look is, singular. And I went with this look because, I think I set a trend.
See, you're
And,
too
by
quick
the
to
way-
talk. He's too quick, man. He's too quick.
Are we calling that a look now? I didn't. realize.
Hey, I'm a good-looking man, and don't you forget it, Fat.
Patrick, there he goes right away. He's got it.
Wow.
Hey, I might get a Slim Fat sponsorship out of this, though. Who knows?
Ladies and gentlemen, Greasy Gears Garage does not discriminate against anybody regardless of their weight.
Or their age.
Like I said, man, this is like coming over to our house and hanging out at the
This
garage.
is it. It's a garage, man. This is what we do. So, so if you're on Facebook Live and you're not enjoying yourself, click off. I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean, that's. You know what? It is funny, though. You'll see people that'll be on Facebook Live and they'll just make bad, rude comments every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you're not enjoying it, why are you watching it?
Yeah, well,
It's like you got nothing better to do. Sit by your computer naked, all slickered up in baby oil, making mean comments. He called me fat, man.
You want to call them people analytics?
Analytics, yeah. I have to call most of them friends. That's a problem. He even makes welding scrap pieces look nice, doesn't he?
It's actually really cool what he's doing because
Oh, yeah.
the average guy isn't going to have a plasma cutter. So
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, that's. I hope Kevin Dunworth's still watching. This is what a presentation looks like when you're TIG welding metal.
all shaky like a Richter scale? Looks like a Richter scale.
Well, there's just no big holes in it.
Okay, now I
He's
can
going to
get
kill me.
to punch this hole.
I should be nice to him. He said I was pretty.
So,
Yeah, Heather said we should have bought casters for that thing. He just said, or screw it together. Who assembled it? What a moron. What's that? Oh, yeah, that was me. I assembled it. Well, I figured we'd have to disassemble it. I didn't want to put screws in it. I'd have to take them back out. That's double the
it's going to
work.
be basically a 1-inch tunnel.
What kind of Levi's are those he's wearing?
Oh, dude, Levi's takes care of me. They send me all the.
Man, they got a black tag on.
Yeah,
Like a
they're
platinum
special.
card or something?
The special.
Wow,
ones.
those are nice, special ones.
Can you see them?
I can see it. Get a picture of that.
Look, they even have red pockets, man.
Look. Oh, he's got red pockets inside. Check
Yeah.
that out. Oh, man. Oh, Mark says they're hookers. Oh, those are fancy. Dickies hooks me up. If I send them money, they send me pants.
So now
And no, they don't charge me extra for my size.
it's going to be a 1-inch tunnel, so I'm going to mark the top of the hole saw.
tell guys like Chris that are used to working by themselves because even with a room full of people standing around, they never say, "Hey, hold this."
Yeah. Chris makes the point that you can tell Chris works by himself because even with all of us standing up here, he never says, "Hey, hold this." It's not even a thought to him. Got to do it, man. Tabor Nash was up here. He made his kid come up here and actually do half the work. What is that kid? He's like 9 or something.
Yeah, Reg.
Yeah,
Yeah, some good kids. Good family right there.
was a
man.
good kid.
Okay, so now I need a drill. Do you have a cordless or something? Or right here?
It's going to need a bit in it to make the hole saw.
Oh,
I saw that, Mark. I was
Yeah.
helping. Stop yelling at me, Mark.
let's see.
You guys got any questions? You got a rash? Anything we can help with? No, he's going to seal it here in just a minute, right
Yeah.
before he puts the bottom on it.
I mean, I hate using sealer, but sometimes you have to. On this one, I wouldn't seal. On like the older ones, on the older ones and stuff, you want to stick a chain in there with some acid and put the chain around to try to knock all that rust out.
Because the sealer really on an older tank, honestly, is just to keep the rust from doing anything else, from the scales from falling back in. I mean, that's one thing I really don't like when people do is when you buy the tank at the swap meet and they put the cream in them. You can't get that stuff out, man. That sealer, that white cream, the red stuff.
Cream, I don't want to ruin it, but I wouldn't use it. I mean,
yeah.
one time I used it and filled the tank up. Everything was fine. And all of a sudden the bike was dying. Bam.
That stuff
bam.
coming off.
I pulled it all out in one sheet.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
the filler thing. It didn't attach.
That's horrible, man.
Yeah, so.
Man, they've sold a ton of that stuff, though.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
who makes it, but it all looks the same. It's those 2 bottles you get on the bottom shelf. Yeah. What are you doing there?
Now I'm center punching this to get ready to hole saw it.
Do you need Mark to hold that when you're drilling?
Yeah, I think it will come in handy.
Do you have gloves on, Mark, so you don't cut yourself?
And you
Safety
want to double
first.
check, make sure it's
At
right
least
hole
second.
saw.
Yeah, hold it now. It's getting weird.
Make sure it's straight.
Got Roy representing over there.
My man, that's what's up.
You got to figure out how to get that hat back from him now. Roy's wearing a hat. Renee, is that a joke? What is that? He had one of yours on, so you said, no, wear this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably.
Faye, how's he doing? Doing all right? All right, you got thumbs up from Faye. You're doing great, man.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's see how it goes. You want to scoot it in more? You good?
Good job, Mark.
Man, thing's sharp as a marble, man.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
That thing's almost dead. If it's not, this one's going to do it. This hole might finish it off.
see, I'm going to get the.
We got a real one here. Yeah.
Use that. This kind of dying out. It's hot. All right, thank you. Yeah. Sure. There we go. This should be good. Yeah, that should be cool. You know what's missing is a cigarette. I smoke and work at the same time. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Damn. What the hell, dude?
What's up?
What?
Do you have any hole saw?
Yeah.
Do you have any hole saw bits?
I'm not. Whoop. Yeah.
Hole saw bits. I think his is
Gonna
dull as
catch again.
shit.
I'm gonna do it slow. Come on, baby.
Yeah. Right on.
Wow.
He only needs to get that top done, and then he can cut it with a cutoff wheel.
Throw that one away. I'm gonna, yeah, I know.
Don't lick
Let's
that
make this
top.
a little easier. I'm gonna cut this off.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Yeah.
This is all about improvising. We were just, he's using a hole saw because we don't have a plasma cutter. Chris is now in the drawer looking for a nibbler. It's a air tool. It's just going to nibble the metal. Yeah, I mean, but by hook or by crook, I mean. No, it don't. The metal, yeah. That's not in there. I have to say I'm a little disappointed. I thought Chris Richardson would have just stared at this and the metal would have just conformed to his will. It's the way most of things in the universe work for Chris.
Yeah. I'm going to buzz this off really quick. It didn't. I was going to eat that blade up.
This is better anyway. It's sparks. Billy Lane says sparks are cool, so it's got to be true. What's the password?
See how
on
that
here?
goes.
I can't get my phone up.
Now we got one more. The hole saw. Let's go ahead and try to. Let's see if this thing's going to do it.
Hey, we didn't excuse you. Those are the kids that got up and just left class right there. No hall pass.
Yeah, right? It's not going straight for some reason. Yeah. This thing is shot.
Jason Deal, I think. I can't see the whole name here on my screen. Asks if we're going to be here tomorrow. Yes, we're going to be here tomorrow. Chris, grab that microphone and help me out. Tomorrow's schedule, I don't have it on me.
Well, let's see. Let's go through some of these questions from the world of Facebook. Other than the show host needs Slim Fast. Wisconsin in the house.
We've done those. I'd asked him about the House of Machines, but he hasn't gotten a place where he can kind of talk about that yet.
Tay Herrera says, "Yo, Chris, more hammer work." Who's the cheerleaders? A lot of smart guys today. Just tack it and trim it. We got all kind of advice coming in from Facebook.
Oh, yes, Mr. Keith Ball.
Let me flip this again.
A legend, not in the making, but in the house. Heather Callan to the main stage. Heather to the main stage. Heather Callan. Heather Callan. Heather to the main stage. She's doing a 3-song dance where? What? She went to get Matt.
This is a bit rough. I have to kind of grind this out. That hole saw was horrible.
She went to get Matt.
I got to throw that away.
She went to get Matt. Okay.
Now let me fit this tunnel.
Chris Callan just handed me a camera and said, I just need you to look through this thing and press the button.
Yeah. Please.
Am I that dumb?
Okay, now
Never mind.
I'm going to try to shape these holes. This hole saw needs to go in the trash.
Yeah, Chris wants you. He just took off that way. You know, you have to chase
Unless
him.
somebody wants to make a necklace out of it.
She wore a
So as you
pearl
can see,
necklace.
This front one, it's not sitting flush down here at the bottom where the tank meets the plate. So I got to clean out. Unfortunately, this hole saw was bad. And then the back part, you can see there's a big gap on top. So I need to grind down and clean it out to make it fit.
You're doing a good job, Chris.
I'm trying.
You're doing a good job. This is hard to do in front of people, man.
Yeah. What's that? Oh, cool. Thank you.
And remember, we've got Matt from Twisted Nipple Wheel. Twisted Nipple? Twisted Tipple? Twisted Nipple. I thought the name of my shop was bad. That one's pretty. That's good. That's Twisted Nipple. Yeah.
You see how
You have a wisp.
Here, it's contouring correctly, but it still needs to be taken out up here to sit flush. The bottom of this tank needs to sit flush to this pan. I don't know if everybody could see it. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this hole a little bit more with a smaller sanding disc.
So this is just patience at this point. I mean, this is.
Yeah, a lot of fitting and.
Well, I know this must be a little frustrating for you without the plasma cutter. It's not the way you usually do it. This is the way most people in their garages would have to do it. It's the tools that most people have access to.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I mean, there's a lot of tools that will actually make this a lot faster and smoother, but you got to work with what you got. You know,
Yeah.
Sometimes you work with rocks and sticks.
Are you guys out for good? Just going to drink? All right. If you guys just joining us on Facebook Live, or if you're just kind of wandering up, we've got Chris Richardson from LA Speed Shop. He's narrowed a tank for us, and now he's putting a Frisco tunnel in it, which will allow it to sit high on a backbone. Of a chopper, baby. Looks like you're getting close, huh?
Yeah. I'm going to call it a day on that one. Let me clean this center up on this one. And that should be good. You know what I need? Do you guys have a die grinder?
Yes.
By any chance? Should be like an air one or something.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
Let's see this. And then, do you happen to have like a rasp bit that, you know what I'm talking about? It's like a rasp, real coarse metal. It's like a metal one. Yes. That'll make this go 10 times faster. So let me go.
Yeah, I want to get out of here. It's getting crowded in that corner. I'm a little claustrophobic. So. Are you learning anything, Renee? Is this good for you? You're gonna go home and do this yourself tonight?
Yeah.
Be building bikes tomorrow? It is amazing. I learn something every time I do one of these, man. I get a little trick or there. It just makes it simpler. It's nice.
Probably
I
is
like
the right size, but it needs to be thinner.
Just sit and watch. Yeah, man. It's amazing to watch craftsmen do their thing. You know, it's.
All right.
I used to, when I was in Georgia, there was this older guy, Doug. I would go up to his house, and he did metal work. You know, he was a blacksmith. And I would just go sit and watch him for hours, man. It's fascinating to watch people that really know are good at their craft do their stuff.
Okay, this one I might want the shield.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This one shoots out big shit, like shavings.
There's nothing wrong with the construction of that screen that time, huh? She went to find Chris. Oh, well, Heather went to find him. She came through the front and went that way. They've left the asylum to the inmates right now. If I got in trouble for everything people felt like was offensive that I said on a microphone, they'd never give me a microphone again. But it hadn't happened. I still got a microphone. He's getting there, man. He's fitting this thing up. Yeah, I think he's done this a time or two. See, Mark, if they'd let you and I do this, they wouldn't have had anybody else today. Every time we'd have just come up and done a little bit more. Yeah. It'd have taken us all day to make that tank. Yeah. No, exactly.
That will be good enough right there.
Huh? Somebody's going to lose a leg.
So now we're fitting it a little better here. Take it to the end. To the front. That will make up. Now we'll trace it out and then cut it out.
Chris is tracing a line around the tank onto the metal.
Okay.
You know, Mark, Will Ramsey built a whole frame in an hour. I mean,
Who?
Will Ramsey. No, I was just
I was
kidding.
like, dang, you killed it, dude. An hour, a whole frame?
He is awesome, man. I
Yeah,
mean, he's
super nice guy.
super nice guy. Yeah, he's not fat either.
You awake, Roy? You napping out? What happened? Oh, right on. Thank you.
Oh, big guns, big guns. It's old twisted nipple. It's not fish nipple, it's
Can't
old
see,
twisted
Roy.
nipple.
I need my glasses.
Hat from old twisted nipple.
Getting old. Yeah.
Are those the ones with the lights in them too? I get the glasses. They have the lights in them. You got to get another one. My old lady hates it when we go out to eat, and I got those on because I read the menu with the lights on. It's fun. It's helpful, and it's a toy. I'm over time. Who's supposed to be up here now? Could you look at the schedule for me back on the screen? I just need a little bit of help. I don't need a lot of help. It's just a little bit. You know, I go a long way with a little bit of help. It was blank. All right, I'm stealing third. What I got out of that is I'm stealing third. It's just us? Oh, so, all right. As you were. Oh, I'm supposed to be taking pictures.
That's trash. Am I? Oh, shit. I thought I'd be able
You're doing fine, Chris. You're doing fine.
to... Dang. I thought I was going to be able to do it. Gotta get rid of this.
While he's doing this, hey, Jackie Van Ham, are you still alive out there, baby? What's going on over there in the Progressive Lounge?
We are still up and running and rocking and rolling out here, Pat. Progressive Parlor, Progressive Main Stage, your hub for not only all of these riveting, how is that for a good pun? Riveting presentations up on that main stage. We're also still hooking you up with all sorts of free fun stuff and awesome services here at the parlor. We're dishing out those free barbershop services, airbrush tattoos, free coffee for Progressive policyholders. Last but not least, of course, you want to win that custom bike here in the middle of our display. Come on over, get yourself signed up. I'm going to give you a free t-shirt just for doing so.
Yeah, there's nothing right now, so we're good. I think he's going to be done with that drill. We can get that off the table for him. Yeah. Chris now is taking a large piece of metal and making it a small piece of metal. Doing a fine job. I think one of the things that's good too, I know that I have customers that come to the shop and they wonder what I do all day. It's like, why did that take you so long? This stuff doesn't come in a can, you know what I mean? It takes time. It's all massaging.
Okay.
That's pretty amazing that you were able to kind of get it that close that quick.
Did you want me to hold off and let him do the wheel? Yeah, I could take it up really quick.
Yeah, go ahead and tack it up. I mean, then we'll get Matt up here. We'll get his stuff up here, and then he'll do some wheel lacing for us. Old Twisted Nipple Wheel Shop. That's Roy. That goes far beyond Roy's Toys. Old Twisted Nipple.
Yeah.
Want to make sure that you guys get over to see Daniel in the chop shop across the parlor from the main stage, Flo's Chop Shop.
Good.
Ask him questions about bikes. He's doing some maintenance heads-ups. All right, look what we got there, folks.
I'll just do a finishing explanation.
Absolutely. Do you want to move this screen? Thank you, sir.
Okay, basically, I got the bottom tacked on. Normally, it's going to all be welded all around here. Then you're going to put the petcock bung either on the right or left side, whatever you want, closer to the back. Because if you have a backbone that's kicked up, of course your gas is going to gather all at the back. So you want it as back as far as you can. And then if you had a deeper tunnel, something that goes up to here, you'll want to put two bungs in, one back on one side, and then a crossover tube. Because all this gas on one side is going to get stuck. You need the gas to cross over to equalize out. Then, so that's the bung. Then you got to get gas in there somehow. So you're going to get another hole saw, punch a hole in the center, open that up, recess it in, and then weld that. Then to mount it, you're going to get a tongue. All this stuff you can get at Paco. There's other companies that sell it, but Paco, I've found, makes the best and most accurate stuff that fits good. Then you're going to get a tongue that's a single bolt that will weld on to wherever you want it. If you want it short, if you want it long, all what you want. I like them short because then it just blends better. Then you could use either another tongue for the front, but then it kind of will wobble. So a lot of the times you'll go ahead and get one like this and cut and shape it to where it fits onto the backbone, and then it bolts all the way through your backbone. So this was it. Sorry I wasn't able to bang it all out.
Hey, listen, Chris, I don't think there's anybody else that was going to come up here and narrow a tank and get it as far along as you have in that amount of time. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Richardson, LA Speed Shop.
Thank you.
Check him out mid-December and keep looking for House of Machines.
The House of Machines in LA Speed Shop. We're going to be killing Art District in downtown Los Angeles.
Right on. So
come have a beer, have a mixed drink.
Get a bike built.
Coffee, something to eat, get a bike built.
All in the same house, man.
Yes,
That's
sir.
Beautiful. It's a great thing. So
thank you. All
thank
you guys
folks.
have fun.
And we're going to be right back with Old Twisted